Welcome everybody. How are you doing today? It's so very nice to have you here. And today I want to speak a little more about our upcoming 3-week intensive. It begins this coming Sunday on March 3rd, realizing the true nature of I, how to awaken and transcend suffering in today's world. I spoke a little bit about suffering and transcending suffering in my last video for this program. And it's so important to remember that it is the identification with the sense of I that is the true cause of suffering. And that once we identify that, that's very, very powerful, because it might look so much like suffering is caused by circumstances out there or inner circumstances as well. But once we realize that, it's so powerful, because we can actually be present to that identification with the sense of I. And there are many ways to realize the true nature of I, realize the transcendence of I, realize the transparency of I, realize the not very solid and not very permanent, as a matter of fact, not permanent nature of I. And one of the ways is to just simply direct your attention inward. At any point, we can simply come here. Let the mind rest in the heart, in our true nature. It's beautiful, right? Every time we do this, every time we come here, it's beautiful. And there also is another very powerful way which we have been practicing together lately in our programs, the Who Am I inquiry, which is so powerful and so direct. And sometimes for nervous systems that are sensitive, for nervous systems that experience trauma, it may be challenging to, right away be faced with that very direct question of who am I? For some people, initially, that really causes actually more trigger and more upheaval at first. So we started practicing the Who Am I inquiry with addressing the nervous system first. And I wanted to speak a little bit today, because this is going to be another theme of this 3-week program. I wanted to speak a little bit about how to sit with extreme triggers. When past arises, when it affects our physiology, when our thought, feeling, emotion, sensation are affected by that. When the past arises in a way that it looks like it is not possible in a moment to just simply come to rest in presence. What do we do then? And I will be speaking more in detail about this in our program, but what we want to recover, what I call, we want to recover the moment. We want to catch that moment in which our attention got lost, in which our attention went with the arising past. And so sometimes just noticing sensations, sitting here with your eyes open and noticing sensations, that's really a good beginning, a good start. It takes some practice though, and commitment to really, really, really just focus on sensations and not allow yourself subconsciously to go into the thoughts, into the story, into the content. When past is present, that's sometimes a challenging task because the past has its own momentum and we want to understand or figure out or fix. To just come and notice the sensations that are present in your body as you're sitting here with your eyes open. However, when the triggers are extreme, when the triggers are very deep, that is sometimes not enough. Sometimes we have to actually go back, remember the moment in which the trigger occurred, and see if we can recover the physical sense of the body that happened in that moment. Because that's the moment when the attention moved, right? That's the moment when the attention went with the arising past. That's the moment where we lost the moment, so to speak. So if you have a situation like that where extreme triggers are present, take a moment. Make sure you're sitting with your eyes open. Make sure you really notice the sensations of your body right now, because that's coming into the moment also, right? Your body sitting on the chair, your feet on the ground, the weight of your body where you are sitting. And if for a moment we can remember that moment, what happened, that moment of trigger, if possible, right? It's not always possible to remember, but then trust your inner sense, your inner recollection. It's not perfect. But when you can remember that, catch that moment on the level of sensation. Like what happened in your body? We so tend to go with the story, right? We so tend to go with the interpretation or with the emotions, feelings, emotions. But what happened in your body? Can we notice that for a moment? Was it a lot of energy? Was it a contraction? Was it warm? Was it cold? Was it expanded? Was it contracted? Take a moment. Good, beautiful, beautiful. Just notice that. You can put your hands on your body if that helps you to be more present to the sensations. Good, beautiful, beautiful. And it's so natural that the nervous system, when it's reminded, it just naturally begins to ease, regulate. So take a moment and notice that. Good, beautiful, because that moment, and we are going a little fast, in this video, of course, we will take more time as we are sitting together in a program, but in that moment when that movement begins, where there's a little bit of ease, a little bit of movement, a little bit of softening maybe, that's the movement away from the past and into the present. Good, beautiful. So just notice that. Lovely. Good. So when that ease is here again, then for sure we can either just allow our attention to rest here, or with so much more ease, use this very powerful "Who am I?" inquiry. So if you enjoy these videos, please like, please comment and subscribe. I really appreciate that. It really helps more people to see this, and I'm looking forward to our time together.